What's going on, gang? Good afternoon. Hi there. Howdy. Put your greasy little face up next to your speaker. And boy, get ready for some fun. Theoretically, maybe. I don't know. My name's Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Yo, creepy hugs.
Mary Santora is in the room.
What up?
Poundcake is in another room. He's down in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
Sorry, I'm going to burp. Oh, Mountain Dew today, and I haven't had one quite some time, and it's making me... This is a bad time of year, by the way, for me to be not on the dew, because this is also when they start releasing like a whole bunch of weirdo flavors, not holiday flavors. They've got this side project called Gamer Fuel. You know, they're trying to get down with the kids. Well, they're always down with the kids. You know, you're considered a juvenile if you're a grown person who drinks Mountain Dew. I know of only one other, a coworker of ours, who is a professional grown individual and who still consumes Mountain Dew. And this is a person who is healthy by every other measure. But they have these things called Gamer Fuel, and so it's like weirdo cherry. It's like a Hawaiian Punch one. And I can't. I saw these two new flavors next to each other when we stopped off on our way home for Thanksgiving on our trip to Chicago. And so I got one of each. And over the course of the trip, I had them both. But I'm a sucker for those weirdo. Every time they put something out, it's like a clarion call. They know I'm going to be one of the guys
that tries it.
Who's going to do it. It's supposed to be 14-year-old boys. You know, we're playing Call of Duty. I mean, the bottle itself has got like Call of Duty, discount codes for gear. What do they call the stuff you can get in games?
DLC.
Your loot.
No, loot.
Yeah, your loot. What did you say?
DLC, downloadable content.
Oh, yeah. Well, that too. I mean, it's loot or whatever they call it.
You're an NPC acting like player one.
Yeah. We watched Free Guy again because my daughter hadn't seen it, and that's a very entertaining movie.
It is. I had a good time watching that.
It's an original concept, more or less, I mean, insofar as it's not a franchise movie. They're seeing there's a law of diminishing returns with a lot of these franchise movies, and you understand why they want to keep making them, because they're like, look, if we have a proven property, why wouldn't we want to slap something together and throw it out there and make $1 billion? Except there are fewer and fewer of those movies doing it. I was reading a thing that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is it might be Disney's only big hit this year. It's the only one to hit like $1 billion.
Well, I was talking with some friends last night about, they were just sending me Fantastic Four casting rumors or whatever's out there. And I was just like, this is going to be the third time they've tried to make the Fantastic Four franchise. And I just don't care.
I like the original one.
The Ian Griffith one with Jessica Alba?
Yes.
Yeah. And Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Pre-Captain America.
And I was never, I never really read Fantastic Four. So I was just like, I mean, neat. I guess some of these could be cool. Some of these casting rumors, they're making Silver Surfer a lady, so that's got people
are they really?
up in arms. But also, I just don't. I'm kind of done with Marvel. Like, I think I'm over it.
Well, a lot of people are. I mean, again, they're seeing, even people who are at Marvel and Disney, they're like, people are starting to have a great deal of fatigue over these movies. But I always felt like Fantastic Four was being re-engineered just so they could bring Dr. Doom into the picture. Like they want Javier Bardem to play Dr. Doom. And
I thought he was going to be Galactus.
Oh, who am I thinking of? Who do they have for Dr. Doom?
I thought Cillian Murphy was going to be Dr. Doom.
Okay, I think you're right about Javier Bardem. There you go, Galactus. Of course, tied most closely to the Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four canon there. But, yeah, I didn't mind that first Fantastic Four movie. All I'm saying is whatever they do now, you had Krasinski in Doctor Strange. I don't know why they would go off that beaten path. Now they talk about Pedro Pascal being Reed Richards because he's everybody's zaddy. All I want is, and I don't ask for much, and I doubt that the people there at Marvel or Disney are going to hear me, but all I want is, however you cast the movie, please make Michael Chiklis the Thing. Again, please. He was the commish back in the day, right? or as my ex-girlfriend called him, the Knish. And then, of course, he was Vic Mackey on
That
the,
show,
on the
the
Shield.
most underrated show of all time is The Shield.
The Shield, I thought it was a very highly rated. People love that show.
But I just feel like nobody has talked about it since.
Really?
Is
Like-
it not streaming anywhere? Like,
Oh,
for
it's on
people to
Hulu.
rewatch?
Yeah, you can watch The Shield. I mean, it's been
I just
off
feel
the
like
air for
nobody-
like 15 years.
Yeah, but that was one of my
Great
favorite
show.
shows. That was such a great show. And
the
way
very
they
first show I ever
tied it all together.
Yeah,
and,
first show I ever binge watched was The Shield. And yeah, they had a lot of
incredible cast.
hot actresses in that show.
And it was on FX when they were really pushing the boundaries of how much can we get away with? How much side boob and butt cheek can we show without being full naked?
Yeah.
And they went to the very edge.
Between Rescue Me and The Shield, those were the two big shows I remember that were like they're throwing them on
Rescue
there.
Me was another great show.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys were talking a little bit earlier about NPCs. Have you guys made it to the area of TikTok where there's TikTok lives
Yes.
of girls pretending to be NPCs?
It's the weirdest thing.
I'm
I've
not
ever
really
seen.
on TikTok enough.
I can't stop
see
watching it. Like if I see someone, so they do that kind of like weird floaty thing where like their arms, like when you're just a character in the background of a video game, and they
you
like
got to talk
do
to this
that.
person to do a side quest. Yeah.
Right. Well, they do that until you like send them a gift, and then they have like pre-thought up responses for every gift that they get. So they'll be like doing their weird floaty thing, and they'll be like, "Thank you for the rose. Smells so good." And then they go back to like their floaty thing, and then they'll get a cowboy hat, and they'll be like,
do it for
"Yeah,
hours.
yeah." They do it like 3-hour lives like this, and these people have millions and millions of followers. So my question is
God bless them.
is this a sex thing for guys? You think guys are like in, because the girls are usually pretty cute, but is it like gamer
Everything
dudes?
is a sex thing for guys.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. Is it
I
like
don't know.
gamer dudes? Like
Listen,
this
I
is
like-
the hottest thing I've ever seen.
This must be a new generation of sex thing because this is not something that I'm into. This is not anything like I don't watch this and go, I'm so turned on.
Put one hand down your
I'm just
pants.
like,
Right.
this is so weird and unnerving.
Well, weird can be sexy too.
Right.
But
That's true.
Yeah,
But not
everybody's got their thing.
that
Not
ain't
that
it for
kind of
me.
weird. That's not the kind of weird that a lot of people are into.
But there's like couples who do it. There's a dad and son combo. There's 2 chicks that have over 1 million followers that are really hot. Like they have really like perfect bodies, beautiful faces, and they obviously get a lot of attention from it.
Don't people
but-
stumble into the weird stuff?
But they
I mean,
do.
I'm saying the content creators. They stumble into doing weird stuff, and then all of a sudden they get a bunch of followers, and they go, "Oh, okay, well I'll just do this." It's not like there's somebody who's giving a content creation speech, and they go, "Hey, do this and this and this, and you'll get all this," because nobody knows what's going to hit.
Right.
So somebody just stumbles into doing weird crap, and weird stuff is always the best stuff. It doesn't have to be sexy.
Well,
I mean,
that's why I didn't know.
if you get girls in Daisy Dukes,
think
it's
it's-
going to turn into that.
I think it's a lot of kids too. Like
yeah.
they're like
Well, there's a lot of kids on TikTok.
like
yeah.
a lot of teenagers will watch that and I think a lot of girls like watching cute girls do stuff like that. Like they're like, oh, I want to be an NPC.
Right. That's what I mean.
The Alan Cox Show.
I don't want that. What is that?
Society is crumbling.
Hey, I molest children.
Hey.
There you go.
It's too early in the show.
No, it is. I got it out of the way. Poundcake, I got it out of my system. Now, how do you feel? All right, maybe
Get
not.
out.
Hey, I molest children.
Maybe not. All right.
Too early in the show or too young in the show, Poundcake?
Too young.
Yeah, what do you mean too early in the show? Well, I got to come out. I got to come out shot like a cannon.
The first 11 minutes? The first 11 minutes of the
Yes,
show.
it's never too early to do something. What are you talking about? Oh, okay, tell you what. I'll bite. When would you prefer that I do something like that?
6:13.
I'll wedge it in between Northeast Factory Direct and Window Nation ads. How about that?
That'll get
they'll
some